How's it going? Thanks for hanging out with Odell Outdoors. So a lot of you know I like to go out bottle hunting in the spring. I try to find old antique bottles. And while I'm out there, I find a lot of these old soda pop bottles. This is a Pepsi. I find Mountain Dew and 7-Up and some others. And I already have some in my collection, so I don't need them. But I hate to see them go to waste, because that's our history out there. Anytime you find an old bottle, that's history that you get to relive. And so I wanted to come up with some way of repurposing those. So I decided to make some Hummingbird feeders. And I posted those on a couple of Facebook groups, and a lot of people really loved them and wanted to see a video on how to make them. So here we are. We're going to make these. So for materials, obviously you need a bottle. This one has a little bit of a bump out here, right here. And I'm going to use that to wrap the wire around. If your bottle that you're deciding to use doesn't have that, you're going to have to get a little creative and maybe put the wire down here or something like that. But for what I'm getting ready to show you, I'm going to be using this bottle with that little bit of a bump out. The next thing you're going to need, if you go to Amazon or eBay and you type in Hummingbird Feeder tubes, you're going to find some of these little guys here. So basically it's already got your rubber stopper built on there, has a tube, and then the little red piece on the end to attract the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds like red. The other thing you're going to need is some of this aluminum craft wire. And again, I went with red. As far as tools go, real simple. You can use a tape measure. I'm just using kind of body parts like the old days. But also you need a pair of clippers, wire clippers, and a type of pliers that you can grab onto it. These are not necessarily needle nose. You want kind of a flat one there, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Now let's get started on this. Again, like I said, I'm just going to use some body parts for my measurement. The wire's probably going to end up being about 26 inches long, something like that. But what I'm doing is just going from my armpit to the tips of my fingers, and then I'm cutting that off there. So what we're going to do now that we have that cut off is we're going to bend it somewhat in half. You want to kind of get it so you're pretty close to the halfway mark. And I use the bottle to just bend that to make it look pretty. And it helps measure it. And again, doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to rebend all of this when we get done. So I've got that like that. Then I pull it out about like so. Use my hand, kind of measure that with my thumb. This is going to be the part that's going to be hanging down. And once I get that, I pinch that down tight, hang on to it, and I'm going to take those pliers we talked about, and I'm going to bend one of these sides straight up, like so. And I'm going to bend the other side straight down. So now you have this kind of shape here. We're going to set this back on the bottle here. We're going to stand it up as if you got your hanger up like that. Now you can see you have one leg going this way and one leg going this way. So we're going to take this one leg and we're going to wrap it around. And what I want to do is go on the inside of this other upright. So we took this leg, bent it around, and I want to come on the inside of this one. Our neighbors fired up a tractor, so I hope you can still hear me all right. Tractor or truck or who knows what. So I've just bent that around and went on the inside of that leg, and all I did is just holding it there for right now. Now we're going to take this other leg and spin it around and go on the inside of the opposite one. Trying to do this so you can see it, and it makes it hard for me to build it. There we go. Now you want to line these up so that these are going pretty close to straight across the bottle. You don't want them way down low or way up high. You want to kind of go right across the center of that bottle. So I'm going to eyeball that here. And then I'm just going to spin it around like we did. Now, I pretty much have what we're going for right now. I just need to finish it off. So we're just going to continue to wrap that around. We're going to go around at least twice. So now we have that one wrapped around twice, and then we're going to do this other one. So I've gone around twice, but I want to have that laying over like that, both of these. And then we're going to take our little clippers, and I want to kind of clip right about there, kind of straight up. Clip that top little portion off. Now at this point, it's almost usable, but it's not real tight, and it doesn't look real pretty. As you can see them, you know, they're kind of all over the place. So I'm going to turn here so you can see a little better what I'm doing. So I'm going to take these flat screwdrivers and I'm going to pinch these loops together. And then I'm going to grab it here and just gently tweak it in the same direction that we went around that wire. And then I'm going to grab the top part of the loop and this bottom part and see if I can squish that up into there. You may want to pull that while you're doing that. And you can see that starts to come together pretty nice compared to the other one that we have. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this side. Squish those together a little bit. Pull up on that wire while I'm feeding that down. And then roll that wire around real careful. And I'm going to continue to kind of do this for just a little bit. And then what that's doing when I roll that around is that's tensioning that up. See how that's not real loose anymore? That's what we're going for there. And it also helps to bring those spirals together and make it look a lot prettier. Okay, and we're pretty much got it done here. So I've got those really tight. That doesn't slide around anymore. I can squish those together, make them look kind of pretty. And then, like I said, for this wire, because it is so pliable, you just kind of eyeball this, make it look nice. And when you put it on that hook and you get some weight in there, it's probably going to sag down. But we're doing this so that the birds have something to eat, right? Now, at this point, you have your rubber stopper. You would fill this up with your Hummingbird solution, push that up in, and there you have it. Now you've got a completely built Hummingbird feeder. They're gonna love it. You're gonna love to see them birds, and you're repurposing, you know, an otherwise piece of trash just laying out in the woods or whatever kind of bottle you have. It's always a good time when you're repurposing something and helping out the wildlife. Thanks for watching. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you share it up. Thanks for hanging out with Odell Outdoors. See ya.